What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Hope you are doing well. Cut down this noise. What is going on, family? Hope you are doing well. Let me just change this thing. Just wait for a few others to join us. We're going to talk about this bear market, guys, and why you should not be chasing anything. I'll be honest with you. If you're making the same mistakes as you've made in the last cycle, you've literally wasted 4 years. That's why it's super important, super key to stick to your proven strategy and make sure you don't deviate from it. And what do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? Simply, we are going through a slightly tumultuous time. We have, first of all, we have this war where now Ukraine is basically joining. So you got Russia, the US, Ukraine, Iran. It's madness, right? So first of all, the geopolitical climate is really, really warm. And as a result, a lot of people are going to be chasing narratives, trading meme coins, thinking they're going to make money. And ultimately, you're going to get caught out. And what you need to do is to identify few tokens and stick with it. Alaikum assalam, brother Kingsley. What's good, man? Hope you're well. And so listen, I'm just only trying to warn people that are going to likely to make the same mistake as they've done in 2025. Repeat that again. Chase meme coins, waste your energy, and then before you know, liquidity returns into the market, and fundamental projects that are at 90% discount now will run again. Rinse and repeat. We've seen this playbook so many times. But what's actually different this time is about a year ago, I was on a live stream here and I said to the guys, look, we are going to have some type of a dot-com bubble that starts in AI. And of course, at the time, a couple of years ago, the trade was not an AI trade. It was more of a crypto-specific trade. And I said, we are going to have some kind of a dot-com bubble. In fact, I've actually got the articles in the Discord. I got those articles in the group just to kind of clarify what I was talking about. But a dot-com bubble is not easy. And it's been a difficult few years for the market, in crypto in particular. The pain has been absolutely real. Crypto is completely undecided of whether it's a tech stock, whether it's a mature asset. It's still relatively high-risk asset. There's AI in crypto. There's X402 and agentic payments. There's banking now. There's the Clarity Act. So where do we go from here? Now, anyone around last cycle with with any sense will tell you, do not chase these meme coins, these hype jobs. If you can actually catch one early, jump into it. But what you want to do is identify 3 to 5 coins that you buy religiously, come rain or shine. I promise you, in fact, if you're buying at these levels and lower, you are going to make incredible amount of money. But not everything's going to move equally as they did in the past. Crypto is going to be far more of an institutional asset. Right now, we're seeing the movements in RWA. Everything is now tokenized in the Ondo tokenized stocks. But that is the difference, and that's why we have to be very selective with our, on the backdrop of this unbelievable macroeconomic conditions, because right now oil should be trading at $120. We're seeing the headlines and we're seeing tankers being blown. We're seeing the conflict spill into what really looks like two camps. You know, you got allies and the Axis powers all over again. So that's the geopolitical risk and the premium and the reason why you shouldn't throw your money into gambling into meme coins unless you're buying selective ones that can go up over time, and you don't actually need to have this constant tension in your psychology of I must trade something. And I think that is the fundamental downfall of crypto. Ever since, you know, I kind of left that mentality way behind. It's now just a tunnel vision of what I want to accumulate, and of course just keeping active in those projects. If you're really absent right now from the fundamental discussions of cryptocurrencies, the chances are by the time you return, you'll be buying 5x higher, 10x higher. So yes, we could go down after we touch about $71,000 and then make the cycle low, retest, and then go into a bull market. But the 4-year cycle pretty much intact. What's thrown this spanner in the works right now is this AI trade and the stock market spillover. Okay, so again, set your mindset back into the final year of the bull run, which was 2025. The introduction of Trump, the final year, and of course, ever since then, we know what's been happening in crypto. Highly manipulative space. That's why you need to have projects with A, revenue, B, use case, and C, if they can, some type of buyback and burns to create, you know, in fact, you should ask, unless it's a meme coin or just a random coin, every one of your projects should be able to meet these specific criteria. Okay. So an alt season has historically meant capital is leaving BTC and it's going into the others, right? So from 2025, we've seen that the opposite is true. You know, money is going into BTC, dominance is stubbornly high. And of course, we saw through 2021 cycle that exact play. We've not had a bull market for altcoins since the 2021 highs. Of course, then there was, you know, way less altcoins and way less manipulation. You know, for better or worse, you had crypto regulation or oversight with Gary Gensler. The space was completely different. Of course, he was also evil in his own right. But why are you going to make money this time round if you've lost money in crypto is avoiding what you did last cycle. Okay, if you're having the same feelings as last cycle, then you need to take your money out of crypto now and leave, because nothing is going to change for you. You're going to lose the rest of your money. But if you're actively improving your portfolio and you're treating it like, okay, you know what, I've learned some valuable lessons, or, you know, consider most of crypto as scam. Yes. What does my project do? What's the use case? You know, what is the team doing if there's a team? Sometimes you get these decentralized projects that are completely, you know, with more of a community-driven thesis than a team. But you've got to ask yourselves questions like that, and you've got to stay active. So we know the biggest problem has been Bitcoin dominance. And if you look at the Bitcoin dominance, it's it has been absolutely supreme, right? You can go back as far as you want to go back to, and you will understand that Bitcoin dominance, especially in this particular range, is just it is literally up here. So we've not had any reversals. Still bullish, way above the 200-week moving average. So that's Bitcoin dominance. And this is what we had in 2021. We had a complete, we had a top of Bitcoin dominance around December 2020. And then, of course, from December 2020 to top, it actually topped twice here. But the crash was meaningful. There was no poly market. There was no, meme coin market was very, very small. And you had this 46% crash on Bitcoin dominance. Unfortunately, right now, you can see how long we've been elevated. Pretty much from November 28, 2022, Bitcoin dominance has moved up in the opposite direction, where you have, 65% move from a cycle low to the top of Bitcoin dominance. And then a massive consolidation here. This range since August 2025 is quite key. So if I just zoom into this part, you'd understand when this breaks down eventually, this is where things could be interesting. So 57.17% support is, by then you should have altcoins, right? Let's be fair. By then you should have accumulated on this range and you should be buying altcoins, not based on the price alone, but you should be buying altcoins on their market cap dominance and the overall Bitcoin dominance. Okay. So what I tell the community is I look at this chart every morning and I hope and pray at some stage everybody buys, within this range between 58 to about 60% on Bitcoin dominance. You DCA here, then Bitcoin dominance breaks that level and eventually breaks this support level at 57.17%. At that time, I would go and blow the bag. I should have all of my altcoins, all of my bags closed, and I understand what I'm waiting for. And that is the critical thing. It's not easy right now with the AI.com bubble that's going on, with the wars, with the price of energy that is artificially kept up. If you look at, for example, let's look at Brent crude, right? So if you look at Brent oil, there is no way the price of Brent oil should be at $94, right? And this is on the weekly, by the way. You get a little bit more. You can just see it's just tap the 200-week moving average, 200-day moving average, and then it started to go up again. This was the kind of bottom here before Trump started the war again. Now, with this going on, there is no way that oil should be at $94. At some point it's going to spike up. So my bottoming thesis for crypto is that at some point, oil prices really rocket up. See, we get a Bitcoin low. Okay, but there's no way you can tell me all this is going on right now. Right, all of this is happening right now, and Bitcoin is not. Oil prices are gonna keep high. Be kept low artificially at $95. So when someone asks, DXP, what do you think? When are we going to bottom for Bitcoin? I'd say just watch for that inflation spike. Now, the good thing is the American economy is far weaker than expected. Okay, it's definitely far weaker than expected, and as a result, it is definitely going to give the Fed a lot more headache, which is positive for crypto. It's positive for us. I see, by the way, big shout out to all the gamers, all the doom scrollers, all the people out there in this bear market that are just wasting their life away playing PlayStation and friggin' on the Steam app and playing Call of Duty and all of that nonsense. You need to lock into crypto. You need to make money because there's a lot of ignorance out there. People are on TikTok all day long, doom scrolling. And I'm telling you, if my message, by the way, smash a like, guys, if you're watching and enjoying this video, because you could help a lot of people get into their first cycle and change their life. So every single one of you who's on the live stream, just gently smash that like button, okay? Because we're going to give you some good value here. So that's what I'm thinking. Brent oil cannot be at $94 or $95 when the actual event, when Egypt just got struck by Iran, whether that's a false flag attack, nobody knows. But you have to understand, the Straits of Hormuz is closed. The Bab el-Mandeb Strait, where 20% of the oil between the Strait of Hormuz and Bab el-Mandeb Strait, you're getting 20% of the global oil. Russia's output contribution right now has never been weaker. Of course, Ukraine's been attacking Russia and Russian refineries, so Russia can only produce about 10% of the global oil. So why the hell is the price of Brent and WTI so suppressed? Are we going to expect higher oil prices and the US economy is slowing down? Potentially, if, of course, the Fed can't do anything and the economy slows down, then they're going to have to print, and print they will. So if you look at, for example, what's going on now with the CME, you got 46 days till the next meeting, and the odds of a rate hike. It is now, ladies and gents, at 72%. Right? It is literally at 72%. 350 to 375 basis points probabilities for September. Oh man, I gotta let the family know. Because that is going to be, right? That is going to be when Bitcoin starts to bottom. At the moment, I'm looking for a little bounce. I've traded Bitcoin really well. But this is a different kettle of fish now. So are you seeing the rate hikes coming in and people are going to start shouting alt season? Yeah. So that's obviously, that changes everything. So the market right now expects an increase of 25 basis points. Holy mackerel. So that's why you're seeing obviously Bitcoin's price and the rest of the market really, really fat. This is a great time to be alive. You can see that we've had obviously this rejection. We're coming down and it doesn't really look good unless you're accumulating. So where will I buy some of my key altcoins is the next question. So if we look at Bitenso Tau, we have resistance at the 200 week and the 100, the 20 EMA. We have a rejection here, and I've got some really, really aggressive targets to the downside. If you want to know them, get into our Discord. It's only $9 a month, but we've got one of the best communities, very mature. So it sounds like a library sometimes, but it is a brilliant, brilliant group, and I love them very much. Big up to the group. Solana, could we see a $40? Well, to be honest, the first cycle low that I'm watching is $60 again for Solana. Then after that, I would obviously I've got aggressive targets to the downside, as low as probably $40. But we should be able to retest, with what's going on with the rate hikes. We should be able to go back to this cycle lows for Solana, at the very least at $60. So Bitenso Tau is already in the buy zone, okay? Bitenso Tau is already in the buy zone. If you're not accumulating at these levels, just wait a little bit, or if you've already got exposure, Wait for a little bit, because what you want to do is you want to see if Tau can eventually come down further. It's already comfortably down in its kind of historical accumulation range. I've been saying this now for 2 years. Every time Tau comes here, it reverses. However, right, if you look at some of the lower levels, I'd probably say the only level worth, if this breaks down, staggering orders into, is going to be this double candle here. So, lowest about probably I'd say $110, $112, right? Because you don't want to wait that long. But at the moment, historically, history suggests Tau does not break this since 2024. Okay. Broke out here in 2023, November, came to this box, created support. Actually, no, pumped into it, came back, created support here, and it left that space. It came back into the same area, and we're talking about anything from $226 and as low as $160, right? $158, $160. Probably the lowest it's been was during the March capitulation here, and that was around a wick of $143. $143. So what you want to see is, I believe if you're dollar cost averaging and you're not aggressively thinking, oh, I'm buying it, but it's not pumping, that's the wrong mindset to have. But if you're dollar cost averaging, what you want to do is wait for the next couple of weeks for this momentum, because Tau is literally overbought on the weekly, right? Extremely overbought. It's actually in the negative territory. So what you want to do is just see if the price can push back up, get rejected, and then we want to be able to test this 150 to 140 area, and that'll give you a generational bag. If it breaks down, you can scoop a lot more, stagger some orders. We know in the community, how many Tau are inside each level. So we know how many Tau people are buying at $130. We know how many Tau people are buying at $120, $140. Because once you accumulate those, you start to really understand where people are, or institutions are bidding. But I have actually shared that in the Discord, and you should find it. Yo, we got Zebek in the building. Big up, Tony, my brother. I did a Zebek video today, and Zebek is really, really good. We got this bad boy whale who is stacked, and I don't think he will continue to distribute, but he does have a 20 billion, 20% Zebek holding, a net distributor over the month. I don't really blame him. Listen, if you've got that many and you were an early investor, so be it. But fundamentally, it doesn't take away from the project itself. Crypto plumber. Have you checked what if on Robinhood chain? No, I have not, my broski. Tell me about it. What if? I did actually, you know what? I posted cash cap at $34 million in the Discord. What if 34%, $90 million market cap? Look at the chart. What about the chart, man? What about the chart? Why should I be convinced? I'm checking it out anyway, but please tell me what it is. Because the chart alone, I've seen too many of these charts go this way. What if on herd? Okay, what's up? Let's have a look. By the way, anyway, I'm actually quite interested in looking at these projects. So the question is, what if at 3 a.m. meme into existence at Robinhood chain, no taxes, just a chart and a question. Big up yourself, brother. If obviously, if you're looking at this coin right now, it's a meme coin. And bro said, what if it's on Robinhood? And we can see that. So yeah, let's take a look at this, man. I like the chart, but is it really what it is? So far, the website is well done. If token. Tools we actually use. You can see I like stuff like this, add it to MetaMask from the website. That's cool. Boom, boom, boom. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. We're going to do a little bit of forensics as well for the community. Big shout out to the community if you're watching this, because we like to do a bit of forensic work, who's holding this. And so that's what we're going to do right now. Because meme coins are all about who's holding, who's going to distribute. If you're making money on this, make sure, obviously, if you're up significantly, make sure you, make sure you take profits. So we're gonna give this a quick analysis, because wallet distribution is absolutely key. Whale holders, influencer holders, I don't know, funds, exchanges. You want to see all of that, and to make sure that the bullish momentum continues. So my friends, I'm going to share that with you live. But before I do that, I need everybody here to like the video. Yeah. All right. So since we use AI nowadays, the risk in crypto has completely changed. I mean, you see a wonderful chart like this. And what we have here, a bullish momentum, high risk micro cap. If it's a 3-week hold, $19.4 million market cap, ripping nearly 2x over the last 7 days. But the rally is driven almost entirely by fresh wallets with thin liquidity. Now, the liquidity here is key. It could be thin here because I'm purely doing this analysis on decentralized exchanges, right? Thin liquidity, rights and exchange inflows. First red flag here. So rising exchange inflows, man. Take motherfucking profits, man. If you're holding this right now and you're hoping it to do like Cash Cat or Pepe or whatever, if you got in at a micro cap, or if you're up 10x, got in at the $10 million, 20x, take some profits, because ultimately you are seeing rising exchange flows. Price and spot, okay, it's already done 182%, 7 days. Sharply intraday opened, okay, very good. Market cap $19 million, very, very good. Circulating supply. It has 2,700 holders on chain. It was deployed on the 11th. Liquidity, don't worry about this liquidity, because of course, right now this is on DEX. Very thin versus the market cap, okay? Trading volume, 1.9 million buys, 46% versus sells, 1 million. So it's pretty balanced. You would expect that. Slightly higher on the sell side, but that's okay. 777 unique buyers versus 623 sellers. So more buys than sales, which is bullish. Volume elevated versus midweek. So volume has actually gone up. Flow analysis, last 24 hours, fresh wallets have an inflow of about $2 million, which is 2.3x the average. The entire move is new money driven, right? So this is a new token, of course. And as such, it is absolutely new wallets coming in, which is bullish. Net inflow 100,000. Okay, distribution. Okay, distribution prep. Public figure net outflows. Now, here's the thing: whenever you see public figures, right, it means obviously influencers are selling, so their net outflow here it's 8.7k, while they probably promoting the or whatever they're taking profits and telling people to come in and it's going to be the next whatever. So it can be whatever. Like it could break records, but public figures. When I see that, that means my favorite influencers are selling because public figure wallet labels are public figure wallet labels, right? Top holders, this is really bullish, 8.6% burn dead address. So the top holder is a burn address, which is very bullish. Concentration is moderate. Top holders are average between 1 to 3%. Several accumulating, and then top holders accumulating overall. And then, of course, I can find these wallets. This wallet holds 1.3 million. And then some of them are trimming negative $1.7 million. 1.7 million tokens being sold. So overall, what is my opinion on this token? Well, it's bullish. 7-day trend is very strong. Seller count, fresh demand is there, and of course there is that burn address wallet that I've just talked about here. Bearish is that the fact that there's more inflows coming into exchanges. It has thin liquidity. There's no smart money labels as such. Sellers volume buyers over 24 hours. Risk to reward, speculative momentum play. Watch for exchange inflows, and that is my opinion. I hope I've given you a balanced answer there that looks at both money flow as well as who's selling. So who's selling it? Who are the largest holders and largest accumulators? It is actually a valid question. I love doing this for the community, by the way. Big up yourselves. If you're buying this token, then you know a couple of things. The burn address one is really, really cool. I like that. So top accumulators in the last 24 hours, all built this week. So you can see here, this wallet, I don't want to go into it, but this was a brand new wallet that was created this week, and it accumulated over the last 7 days a decent amount, by far the biggest seller into the rally. So this obviously, so let's look at the buy side first. So this wallet, and starting with OX2 EB, got in the last 24 hours. It now has 11 million tokens, 1.5% of the supply. It's a brand new position, by the way, by a whale, and the value is around $240,000. So that's pretty good. And this is entire position being built this week. And then you've got this next wallet here. This is a brand new wallet holding 2.7 million. Entire holding is new. The third wallet is 2.4 million. This is a fresh entry, which is bullish. 1.3 million on this wallet here. Total 7 million. Now holding $151,000 worth. That's pretty good. And then this wallet here over the last 7 days, 4 million over 7 days. So 2 hyperliquid label traders also added. Now that is also kind of bullish, because when you get hyperliquid whales, and these are perp traders mostly on hyperliquid, but when they accumulate, it is pretty cool, right? They are top whales normally, and that's obviously the route where Cash Cat went initially. Could be the same team even, I'm not sure. Then what you have is the bad boys. So these are the early buyers OX98, this wallet here got 15 million what if over 7 days, by far the biggest seller into the rally. Done nearly all of the large positions. And then you've got obviously 3.7 million, and this guy's overall out of these tokens. And they still, sorry, this is the balance, and that's what they sold. And then you've got this one here. This one has sold 1.9 million, but he still holds over 11 million of this token. So the balance here is 8.2 million, which they got super early. Notable name seller, DX Rant. And this guy obviously has got decent amount. So overall, I think obviously you got to treat this like you would any other meme coin. You see some people got into super early. I can see all of these large wallets that got in early are selling, fair play, they're taking profit. But overall, if you're up and if you've been in this, you've got to really take some profit here. So this one is, yeah, cool. So anyway, let's go back to my business. These NAS. Let me just see. I'm actually quite curious where this person has put these tokens. This is cool, man. So technology, man. AI is just incredible. People can no longer hide shit. It is absolutely, it's unbelievable. AI is just ridiculous. So the biggest seller here, important nuance, it wasn't sold on DEX. It was transferred out to 2 wallets via plain sent transfers. 18 million of the wallet tokens. So obviously they split these wallets into different addresses, plus a tiny ETH gas transfer. Yeah, that's all good. So for me, the only red flags here are you've got to take profit, right? Because I can see some pretty large wallets. But yeah, let's continue with the show. So going back to my my generational bag of Bitensa Tau, which is absolutely growing, or has grown since the bear market. If it comes anywhere near $100, rest assured I will empty the clip right here. So that is Bitensa Tau. Then we go Virtuals Protocol. What we want to see is a breakdown and eventually a retest of October low. So if you're buying Virtuals Protocol, what you want to do is wait for this candle to be filled. And that's around 28, 30 cents. Continuing from there, I've done an update on the Sui network, which is going to make me comfortable money. I think that alone I should extract at least $1 million from the Sui blockchain. I think Sui is going to be insane. It is definitely a buy now, but I'm waiting for this prior higher low to be completely decimated. I wanna basically buy more between 45 and 60. All right. So those are the 3 key coins I'm watching right now. Casper is the last one that I'm going to talk about. Talk about Uniswap as well. We'll talk about Lofi, the millionaire bag that's just going to sit there. And Casper has 2 levels, really. What you want to see is Casper coming down from this historic support level that it keeps coming back to. In particularly, if we break below this green box here, I'm buying some more. Last line for generational entry is going to be around that, just over 1 cent. But we've got to break this level here. We've got to really, really start crashing down from this level. And then the world's going to be your oyster, right? There was some pretty massive news on Near Protocol, by the way. So if you're in the Discord, just search Near Protocol right there. And Near Protocol, I think, is going to be one of the second AI coin, along with, of course, Casper. If you're talking about AI, I think Casper and Near is the only way to make decent money, in my opinion, this cycle. Okay. What else we looking at? Chainlink here. I'm going to trade the crap out of Chainlink because Chainlink right now is in its 2023 bear market zone. Link is going to be an absolutely insane opportunity, especially if it comes back down here. I'm going to long it. That's what I've been doing for a bit. So yeah, lads, that is, let me see who's in the building here. Got the bad ones here. We've got, if you really like, I mean, let me go back to Casper. I want to show you something. This is going to be, for me, one of the largest money printers that I've ever seen. Like Casper right now, don't get it twisted. I mean, it's not being comfortable if you held Casper from, I don't know, from 2023, 2022. But arguably, this is going to make us ridiculous amount of money, man. It's not even a joke. I mean, this is why it's amazing to have at least some type of knowledge in crypto where you can just buy and just chill. Like you can accumulate and chill. Because all of the millionaires that I know have written tokens and have bought tokens over a cycle or two, right? Over a cycle or two. Like all of this other stuff is you get promised the world, people get in early and then they F you basically. Like I know, for example, holding 2 million or 3 million of a meme coin, say $100,000, $50,000. I know people that buy that kind of stuff for $10, $20, especially if there's a powerful inside group. You don't want to fall for that, man. Because if you've been dreaming since the last cycle to have some kind of freedom, and you're still chasing those risky meme coins, good luck to you. But I present here an opportunity of a lifetime with Cass. And if I go back to Casper here, I'm not interested in taking a lucky punt and winning the lottery. What I'm interested in, because not a lot of people win the lottery, right? Let's be fair. Like for example, that last meme coin we looked at, how many people got in to that meme coin before you back 20, 30, 40, 50 or 5 million, 10 million, 15 million of those tokens? And then all of a sudden it gets promoted, people get trapped in it, and then it gets dumped, right? Alternatively, what I'm looking at here is this is giving me goosebumps because buying in the next 2 months, I mean, you're already back to all-time high. You're probably looking at 30x. If you put in $1,000, probably going to get 30 grand just by holding this to go back to its all-time high. But what I've seen with Casper, and there is a Sorry about that, fam. We had technical difficulties. I apologize. Do let me know if you're still in the building. Let me see who's here. Cool. Nice little attendance there from. So yeah, there you have it, people. We're going to do another live stream tomorrow. And just as always, I wish you nothing but success. Learn from your past mistakes. Don't FOMO into things that you don't really understand. And let's do another live stream tomorrow. The market's going to be fun over the next 3 months. But boy, oh boy, 2028 and 2027, things will be different. Take care, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace, family. See you soon. Take care.